Why is it backwards?
She's so rich. Just sitting on the porch.
I'm trying to stand it up so that it does not fall. Hey y'all, we are live. Live.
Live and in color.
Hello. I don't even know how much charge I got. I'm gonna just give people a few more minutes to come in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank y'all. So, I'm in Atlanta currently. Almost stuck in Atlanta. Hopefully, I can get home. But I'm in Atlanta. Thank you, Art with Tam. I'm in Atlanta, and as y'all know, like coronavirus is going crazy. Um, a lot of states are declaring a state of emergency. But for the military in general, I wanted to talk about the travel ban that's been put on us. So I'm just give people a few more minutes. If y'all could go ahead and hit a like for your girl on the way in and drop a green heart emoji. What you doing? Thank you. Thank you.
You need a shot while you get ready for your.
I should take a shot.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to y'all because I'm not gonna be on that long. I might just do like 30 minutes because my lives get a little long. Um, yeah, let me go on and get. Oh, we don't have no orange juice.
We got lemonade.
We can make something. So, I wanted to talk real briefly about the travel ban that's been put on. Yeah, we can use that. So, the president has put a travel ban on all DOD. So that means that all leave has been canceled, all TDYs has been canceled, all PCSs has been canceled until May 11th, actually. So the military, yes, May 11th.
What?
Yes.
So all the people those PCS and then got everything.
They
out
gotta
of there,
stay.
They gotta stay. Oh.
So you can't travel. You can't really go outside your state. Like if you have a bordering state, I'm sure you can go. Like I could go from Virginia to Maryland, but specifically if you going to New York, if you're going to California, or if you're going to Washington State, you can't go to them states at all. And then if you have any leave that's been put in, they canceled all of our leave until May 11. And I know a lot of the schools where I'm at,
You
yes,
want it in there, don't you? Or you
in
gonna
my drink,
You want it in your drink?
yeah. So a lot of the schools I know in my state, in the state of Virginia, they I don't know about basic training.
Oh, that's a good question.
I know that they're screening for basic training. So yes, the National Guard. Somebody said National Guard being activated. I can see that.
Yeah.
So National Guard probably gonna be activated. I know that they're screening for basic training, but I don't know if they're gonna shut basic training down. I don't know.
But they're gonna start getting some the zombies coming.
Don't say that. But I know that they're screening right now for basic training. So I think you get screened and then you get another screening 7 days later to make sure you're not positive for it. But a lot of the schools is shut down, as y'all know. I'll do it in a minute.
I know.
A lot of the schools are shut down. Let me hold this up. So, which means kids can't go to school. Some places are shutting down for 14 days. Some places are shutting down for 30 days. Your kids' school shut down for what?
2 weeks.
For 2 weeks. I know where I'm at, they shutting down all the schools for 2 weeks. So this is why I titled it Single Parents in the Military is going to be affected, because if you are a single parent and your child can't go to school for 14 days, and your job say you have to come into work because you're mission essential, guess what? In the military, ain't no calling out or calling in. You have to come into work. So everybody that is a single parent is going to be affected because they have to activate their family care plan. Louisiana schools are shut down until after Easter. Yes, a lot of schools shutting down. A lot of people extended spring break. It's gonna get real out here in the streets. And so a lot of people ask me about joining the military as a single parent, which you can't join as a single parent. You have to sign over your rights for your child or get married, basically, because of reasons like this. So if the military or the United States or whatever, your state go into a state of emergency and you get activated like National Guard, or you are expected to come to work still because you mission essential like me. I work at the hospital. I can't not stay home and shut down and not go to work because people still get sick. People still have to come into the emergency room. People still having babies. Like, the hospital still has to go on. And I can't say I can't come in because my kids can't go to school and they school closed for 14 days or a month. So what they're doing is making people activate their family care plan. And family care plan is like a legal plan, a legal document that you have to have if you're dual military or if you're a single parent, for specifically for cases like this, or if you have to get deployed. So if they call me and tell me I have to get deployed tomorrow and I'm a single parent, I can't use the excuse, well, I don't have anybody to watch my kids for a year. That's what your family care plan is for. So your family care plan, usually once you get to your first unit, they will mandate you to set up a family care plan. I don't know why my camera's so dark. But they will mandate you to set up a family care plan where you put one person in charge of your children or your child in case of emergencies like this, or in case you have to get deployed. So a lot of people now are having to activate their family care plan and call on that person to watch their kids for the next 14 days so that they can go to work. And it's affecting the military because a lot of people, I said this in my last video, and I'm going to go back once this live is done and put it in the description box and put the cards above. So make sure y'all check out my original coronavirus video. But I'm gonna come over here to the light because this is like really dark. But ooh. But yeah, mission essential. They're gonna, ooh, this light, y'all, this light. I like it. And the view, y'all, the view. We in Atlanta. Say hey.
Hey.
We in Atlanta hanging out. But the travel ban starts Monday. So after Monday, I could get back to work and back to my state. And after that, I'm not allowed to take leave. But yeah, the original coronavirus video, I put out that a lot of people, it's going to affect a lot of people's PCSing. So PCS is like when you move to a new duty station. So say I moved from Virginia to Hawaii. Right now with the travel ban, I'm not able to PCS or move. And that kind of like stops everything. It affects everybody. It stops everything. And so this is a big deal. It's like turning into a big deal. And I know a lot of people posting how like the stores, the hand sanitizer. Hey, from Mexico. Ooh, yes, that sounds good. Beans and rice, tacos. That's nice, cooking that for the homeless people. But I know like a lot of stores are out of food. They out of beans and rice and food and stuff like that. Cleaning supplies, toilet tissue, sanitizer, Lysol and stuff like that. Oh, I love Mexican food. Tacos is my favorite food. Tacos, beans and rice. Oh, I love it. I love it. So also I wanted to say that I like chips and salsa verde though. I wanted to say that I had a meet and greet scheduled in New York next month. So obviously that's going to be canceled. So I'm going to go on and make a formal video of me canceling that because I'm not able to travel. And I don't even really want people to come out and with this virus going around and people coughing and sneezing on people. But I really wanted to meet you all. I think I'm going to plan something in my local area, like maybe this summer. So I do live in Virginia, so probably DC area, the DMV. Um, thank you. But yeah, so that's gonna be canceled. It's just a lot of things that's gonna be affected by this. Luckily for me, I'm blessed. Like my mom is here watching my kids. She's my family care plan person, one of my family care plan people. So I would have had to call on her anyway, but she's already visiting here. So she's here because I'm dual military, so I fall into that group. Wow. Somebody just said Fort Leonard with basic training is on hold till May. I could see that. Like, I think we're gonna probably go into like a national quarantine. I could see that happening, especially since the schools. Thank you for that green heart emoji. Especially since the schools are shutting down. Like, I don't see the purpose of having a school shut down, but everything else is open. Like, what's the purpose of the kids not going to school, but then they can go to the mall and go to the movies and go out to eat, and people can still go to the stores and still contaminate people and still past it. So when they go back to school on the 15th day, they may have picked it up while during the time that they home. So it's getting real out here, y'all, and I think it's really, this thing is really snowballing, and it's really going to be affecting everybody in the military. Like, I have friends right now that they kids been out of school for a month in Korea. Like, people that stationed overseas in Korea and Japan. I used to be stationed in Japan, so I just can imagine like what they going through. Single parents that's like, even single parents that's overseas right now. Like, that's crazy. Yes, I agree with the school shutting down. It's no sense. But I mean, I don't even think that it's gonna help the staff, because when the kids go back on the 15th day, but they've been out and about, it's not really helping anything. Um, but it's getting real. It's getting real for the military, and like somebody said, National Guard is gonna be activated. I could see that. Reserve is gonna be activated, especially with a lot of the units and a lot of these facilities. Like my facility, I'm in a hospital. Of course, the military, we can't call out. Like, we still have to come in, but we are a percentage of the staff that works there. There's a lot of civilian staff that work in the hospital, a lot of nurses, a lot of doctors, a lot of the people that check you in at the front desk. And those people can call out. Those people can take 14 days administrative leave because their kids are out. So what happens when over half of the hospital is called out? That means National Guard, the Reserve, or people like that are going to be activated to come in and fill those spots. And so that's why people join those reserves and National Guard. And when you join those type of things, just keep in mind that you could be activated at any time. If it's a national emergency, a state of emergency, they will activate you at any time, and you're going to be called in to fill those spots. Somebody asked, is now a good time to join the military? I never say that it's not a good time, but like somebody said, it's on hold right now anyway, period, because of the virus. But once this thing lets up, if you still have the same reasons you wanted to join, for school or for the money, those things are still there. I wouldn't say not to join because of that. Just know, like, things like this could happen, and you might be activated, you might be called on to serve your country. And these are the times when stuff like this happens. People don't really think, like, it's like one of those things like, oh, it'll never happen. Oh, I'll never go to war. I'll never be activated in the Reserve or National Guards, or I'll never have to activate my family care plan. And here we are in times like this when you are activated or you called on to do what you signed up to do. So I just want people to keep that in mind when they're when they're signing up and thinking about joining, that it's serious. Like, it's serious out here. When you do it, it's serious, and you should take it serious. And when if you do it, when you do it, you should treat it serious and be honored to do it, and do it with respect. Like, all that playing around, and like, people out here really have to come into work and have to call on somebody to take care of their kids because we are in a state of emergency. And for people to be making jokes, trying to get my charger for my phone go dead. People to be making jokes and making light of the situation And people, and I got people, friends and family and people stuck overseas. It's not funny to me. So, yeah, y'all can let me know if you have any questions about anything, because I'm gonna try to keep this live short. Yeah, she said she was shook in 2002. I would be too. Like, it's stuff like this you don't think of, and you don't think that you don't really, excuse me, in your head you don't really plan to prepare for stuff like that, but it can happen. Um, and this is one of these is the reason why I tell people to pick a good job. Like, when you go in, pick a good job, something you gonna get experience, use a building block to be better, to do better when you get out, even if you only do it for 5-10 years, not 5-10 years, for like 3 to 5 years, short term. Pick a job that you're gonna get something out of and you can use later on in life. Um, Wow. Yeah, California for some reason is a hot spot. I didn't think it would be. I hadn't really heard a lot of things about California specifically, but I guess so. Because my commander herself called and told me I'm not allowed to go to California. I wasn't planning on going to California, but I just didn't even have California on my radar. But for the single parents, if you're thinking about joining the military, make sure that you, like, initially you have to sign over your rights for your children, but you can get your children back once you complete your first contract. But make sure you have somebody that you feel comfortable leaving your children with, or somebody that's able to take care of your child in a time of need if you get called upon. And if you happen to become a single parent while you're in the military, like some people are married when they join, or they get married when they get in, and they end up getting a divorce or whatever, for whatever reason, they end up becoming single after they're in. Make sure you have your family care plan person in place for reasons like this. Somebody that's dependable and somebody you can trust, because I hear horror stories about people, not in the military, but just in general, leaving their kids with family and friends, and people like it's molesters and people that touch kids, hurt kids, abuse kids. Like, the person that you leave your child with, please make sure they legit and you trust them, and trust them, you would trust them with your money, because you have to allot them money each month to take care of that child. And if it's somebody that's untrustworthy, that you don't trust them with money to take care of your child, then that's probably not the person you need to leave your child with. You should be a dependable, trustworthy type person. um but yeah, I just kind of wanted to come on here quick, talk to you all about those things, because it was really on my mind, because like I said, I get a lot of people that are single parents that ask me about joining as a single parent, and I myself have a soldier that is a single parent. Yes, these people need to be more careful, but I have a soldier right now that's in the pharmacy that is a single parent. She signed partial custody over to her mom when she joined, and then she got her daughter back. But I texted her the other night and I was like, hey, Maryland closed their schools for 14 days. We live in Virginia. I could see Virginia jumping on the bandwagon, and just like that, like the next day, Virginia and pretty much the rest of the United States followed that same suit and closed down their schools. So her child is on base, which the on base closed down their schools and their daycares. So I'm like, let your person know that they could be called upon to watch your child, so it's not a surprise to them. Because people have jobs and people have plans and people have other things that they, you know, didn't plan to all of a sudden have to take care of somebody else's kid for 14 days. But let that person know, because they could be activated or called on, and just like that, they calling everybody. What's the status of your family care plan? Um, who's gonna watch your kid? I think it's a good thing that the military has that in place. Oh, I know you was out here. I think it's a good thing that the military has that in place, especially for the single parents. I'm about to sign up tonight, though. Tonight is my last night, then I go home. How y'all doing on this Saturday afternoon? Oh, that's good that your school is still serving breakfast and lunch. I know a lot of places like New York were talking about doing things for the kids because a lot of kids depend on the school lunches for their meals. And I didn't even think about that. It's stuff you don't think about. Like some people are really poor and they depend on the school to feed their kids breakfast and lunch throughout the week because they can't afford it. Um, so that's another thing that you have to think about too. But this is gonna be a short live, y'all. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. I might go live later when we hanging out and doing other things. Wanted to come on here and talk to the single parents or the people that's thinking about joining that single and just shed a little bit of light on what's going on. Y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you have any other questions, I'll probably go live later. But I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.